Good morning. Hey there, how are you all doing? So, today I wanted to talk with you a bit about something we discussed as a team in a recent retro, a discussion topic around what the deployment process was and the importance or lack of importance of the in testing column. So, to give you some context, since I started here, the testing process has changed a little bit, obviously. We now have me here. So I was able to get involved and start doing some testing earlier in the dev cycle on the devs' machines and on their local branches. What this meant was that tickets were being shifted out of in development into an in testing column, and when they were shifted out of the in testing column, the place to put them was a ready to deploy. However, prior to my arrival, ready to deploy was reserved for only tickets that were applied to staging. Our deployment process here used to be that all testing was done in staging and tickets would sit in staging for a few days before being shipped into production. However, with this shift of testing earlier and testing on branches, we were questioning why tickets were sitting in staging for so long and why the ready for deployment column had a mix of tickets sitting not yet on staging and tickets sitting on staging. As part of this conversation, I wanted to bring in my opinions on the ready for test column and how I would like to not have a ready for test column. The ready for test column tends to imply that a single person is taking ownership of testing and of quality. This is not the case. Other columns you have in development, there is a single person who is owning the development of this piece. The developer owns that piece and they are responsible for getting the reviews, getting the quality, writing the code. They'll involve other people in collaboration to discuss the best approach and the consequences and the pros and cons of any decision. But ultimately, they are owning the ticket and owning the piece of work. So it makes sense to have an in development column. Ready for review? Yeah, this makes sense to have this as a column as well. The ready for review task needs to be done by at least a single individual, and is a large enough task that is often awkward or ungainly to do as a pair. However, the in testing column implies that you're going to be shifting the responsibility of the quality of the ticket onto another individual, the QA. I disagree with this. Quality is owned by the entire team. I like to use the analogy of making a casserole. All the way through the whole process of the casserole, so if we talk about it, you go and buy the ingredients, you'll prepare the ingredients, you'll follow the various steps in the recipe, and then you'll serve it. Where's the testing? There's no in testing column for any recipe you'll see. This is because all the way through the process, from the gathering of the ingredients, you'll pick up your capsicum or your potato in the supermarket and you look at it. You see a big ugly wart on it, you're going to put it back, you're not going to pick that potato. You're testing for quality. Preparing the ingredients, making sure that they're chopped correctly. If you chop through your potato and find it's rotten in the middle, you're not going to carry on using it, you're going to throw it away. You're testing for quality. Through the process of cooking, you taste here and there. Does it need a bit more salt? Does it need a bit more pepper? Is it too rich? You're testing for quality. So why is development so different? Why is development a process that many people put all these elements together and then say, here you go, is it good enough now? If you do that when cooking, you're probably going to end up with a pretty bad dish. So we employed this strategy to our testing here with moved everything out of the ready for test column, and now a ticket will be tested as part of the development process. So the developer, when they start working on a ticket, they'll come and have a chat with me or call me over. If they have any questions around the approach and the changes that they make as they go through, they'll probably give me a shout and we'll have a talk about how that impacts the final result. And then at the end, we'll sit down and we'll talk through their unit tests, we'll talk through their integration tests, and we'll do some peer testing together. This testing can happen before or after or even during the review of the code. For small tickets, I think it's really useful to get the reviewing developer and the QA in together to review the code. This means you've got a person with a development mindset, someone who's looking for clean code and an appropriate technical solution. And you've also got a person with a mindset of looking to embed quality and ensure that it's going to meet what the customer's expectations are. Once this is done, we ship to staging. We will do some very quick testing there. We're only really looking to see if it's merged correctly. Maybe test one or two integrations that weren't able to be tested in development. And then we're going to ship straight to prod. We don't want tickets hanging around in staging any longer than they need to be. If it's a ticket that's part of a larger piece of work and isn't ready for production, we're going to put those behind feature flags. I guess I'll talk more about feature flags in another video. I'm really excited to give this a try. We've only just put it in place, and obviously there's habits and behaviours that need to evolve and change. So we'll see how that goes, and I'll keep you updated over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, take care.